You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This
Yeah.
is indeed a
Hey,
Q.
Froggy.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for Monday, February 11th, 2019. I am Michael, your host. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. We know you're tight on your time. We like to give you tidbits of information as it comes out, things we feel like need to be covered. And we got some Q posts here, folks. We got some Q drops. We're going to jump right into them. If you're new, please subscribe. That way you get all the alerts. We're actually going to do a live show tonight covering Trump in El Paso. So we encourage you to join us. It's always a great time. A lot of the best patriots around the globe, folks, right here, part of the Patriot Hour. They join in on the live chats. Even on the normal videos, they're going to comment down below. But the live chats are really, really great. You can enjoy all the facts coming from Trump himself and have a decent time chatting with other patriots, like-minded. All right, so let's jump into these Q posts here. Okay, we went over a few. There's been quite a few, folks. We're going to jump in. We'll jump in right here on 2688. I know we covered some last night on the live. All right, so we got an anonymous here at about 11:58 late last night, right before midnight, right? And Q actually post after midnight, 12:05. This anonymous showing a bunch of screenshots of the last 30 days, past month, of all the different QAnon. Screenshot of QAnon past 30 days worth. You attack those you fear the most. The sheer volume of attacks by largest media corporations in the world should, using common sense and logic, indicate there is something more to the whole story, all right? Why attack something constantly that's fake, all right? That's basically... Let me get this to the... Sorry here. I thought there was a way to make it light. I'm thinking of something else. All right, we're going to jump in here to 2689. Just take off on this one. It's a repost of the 2689 anyway. So 2690, 2689 came at 1250 today, and then we had 1250 and 46 seconds for the next post that he did. But here we go on 2689. The map where illegal immigrants live perfectly overlaps the blue counties where Democrats vote. All right, kind of shows you, we've gone over this before. So we got this whole justice.gov, acting attorney general and secretary of Homeland Security submit joint report of impact on foreign interference. All right, we had this started by Trump back in like March of 17. Acting Attorney General, Secretary of Homeland Security submit joint report on impact of foreign interference on the election. The report concludes no material impact of foreign interference on election or political campaign infrastructure in 2018. Acting Attorney General Matthew G. Whitaker and Secretary of Homeland Security Christian M. Nielsen yesterday submitted a joint report to President Donald Trump evaluating the impact of any foreign interference on the election, infrastructure, or the infrastructure of political organizations, including campaigns and candidates in the 2018 midterm elections. The classified report was prepared pursuant to Section 1B of Executive Order 13848, imposing certain sanctions in the event of foreign influence in the United States election which the president issued on September 12th of 2018. So this one even goes into giving sanctions if they were found. So he also wrote another one to have the whole investigation into election rigging or any collusion. So it looks like this one played off at that one. This will be again linked below. We're going to keep on moving on. These are long. Only when the election harms the Democratic Party will they claim foreign interference. Keyword foreign. What about domestic interference? Arrow over non-city votes by county. Non-city citation promo. Non-site promo by county. Non-site org by county. Targeted districts breakdown by non-citizen data. Non-citizen promo by county. There you go. Non-citizen votes by county. Non-citizen promo by county. Non-citizen organization by county. Targeted districts breakdown by non-cit data act. Voter irregularities internal. We got the arrow greater than, arrow over to, -2. Laws enacted to battleground areas as test for 2020 voter roll screening review of non-votes. D in the parentheses here. Ballot pop, track sign, submit late for count, vote swing figures plus rule of law. New standard of no-show vote. SC 2019 scope case. Supreme Court. Why do D's push for no voter ID in U.S. elections? Why do D's push for open borders? Find the connection. Sometimes a map will help. What SC decision, Supreme Court, 6-3 ruled voter ID did not suppress votes or deter minorities. Who did do that? Supreme Court upholds photo ID voting law. The Supreme Court on Monday upheld a tough state law requiring voters to show photo ID. A decision critics say could keep some blacks, poor people, and other traditional Democratic supporters from voting in the November election. A woman leaves a voting booth for a Pennsylvania primaries at the Blue Mountain Fish and Game Building in Dansville, Pennsylvania, April 22, 2008. Resolving a partisan political battle, the country's high vote voted 6-3 to reject a legal challenge by Democrats that Indiana's toughest in the nation voter identification law would deter minorities, the elderly, and others from casting ballots. So here we go. They're just... we know the outcome, 6-3. IDs have to be shown. I think anything else is just crazy. You have to show ID for everything else, folks, all right? Alcohol, lottery tickets, cigarettes. You want to go into a bar. They can get you on anything. That's, do we... you work on making sure it's just citizens here. Then maybe we can look at something like that. Unbelievable. Things they waste time on arguing. So should an ID not be required at all for any reason? Give the argument made by the D's. Does the argument a national voter ID law would suppress some minority vote suggest minorities are incapable of obtaining an ID? When is an ID required? Which minorities are they referring to? Illegal immigrants? It's hard for them to get an ID? Logical thinking. If there is a previous Supreme Court decision on the matter, pre-POTUS, justice confirmation, would a national voter ID law mandate using the Supreme Court ruling of 2008? Common sense and logic and arguments as a legal foundation have merit? Is every other country that has a voter ID law considered racist? Got an article here, News Observer. 4th U.S. Circuit judges overturned North Carolina voter ID law. Federal appellate judges on Friday struck down. So he struck down a 2013 law limiting voting options and requiring voters to show videos. So they were saying that it targeted African Americans almost surgically precision. Voter show ID at the polls, declaring it as interesting. So the 3-judge panel of the U.S. Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals found that the law was adapted with discriminatory intent, despite lawmakers' claims that the ID provision and other changes were designed to prevent voter fraud. The ruling, which could have implications for voting laws in other states and possibly for the outcome of close races in the swing state of North Carolina, sent the case back to the U.S. District Judge Thomas Schroeder, who in April issued a 485-page decision dismissing all claims in the legal challenge. All right, again, these articles will be down below. Will the DOJ support the push instead of file challenges as Loretta Lynch did in the past? If the Supreme Court ruled, I don't know if that's gotta be. If the Supreme Court ruled in 2008 that the voter ID laws do not impact, harm, or prevent minorities from voting, how could the U.S. 4th District Court rule opposite? Is the 4th District Court considered left and liberal? Another article here. This court has gone too left. Trump has a chance to move it to the right. So we're talking about the 4th District here. It's gone too left. Why do the D's want power at all costs? One example above. Logical thinking, facts matter. You are now the news. You are the news now. This is just a small list of things requiring ID, but not considered racist. Here we go. Alcohol, cigarettes, bank accounts, food stamps, welfare, Medicaid, Social Security, job, mortgage, unemployment, hunting license, fishing license, house and an apartment, house or a condo, drive a car, rent a car, buy a car, register a car, rent a hotel, motel room, buy an M-rated video game, boarding an airplane, getting married, purchase a gun, purchase ammo for a gun, adopt a pet, get a prescription, donate blood, and pawn shop transactions. Showing ID is a vote. Showing ID to vote is considered racist now. How stupid is this? That's pretty true, folks. It's getting pretty ridiculous. 2691. If Adam Schiff has seen evidence of collusion or POTUS Russia illegal activities, as he stated in the past, many times across all the D-arm media networks, CNN, MSNBC, so on and so forth, why then is there a need to open new investigations? What about all the so-called evidence already seen? How is Adam Schiff making open statements regarding Mueller not investigating POTUS, Deutsche Bank through enough if Mueller investigating itself is classified? How does Adam Schiff know that Mueller hasn't investigated? Fake news designed to keep the fake narrative in play. Cover. You are witnessing the greatest disinformation campaign to ever be pushed by a political party. Ask yourself, why? Fear of what? The message must be direct. The war is very real. This just came at 5 p.m. Move on up here to a pretty big one. Lots of stuff. Some of it old. We'll kind of skim through it. 2692. This came at 5:29 p.m. This is back from May 4th of 18, all right? We get into some of the people that have been fired, all right? Focus only on the FBI for now. Jim Rybecki, James Baker, they're all fired, by the way. Fired all the way down to Comey and Andrew McKay, Baker, Bill Priestrap, he's power removed, but he's a cooperating witness. Peter Strzok, cooperating witness, and his power was removed. Lisa Page, her power was removed, and she was a cooperating witness. Conspiracy? Think about the above, only the above. Get the picture? So we got all these names again, updated. There's an updated list that came out. You got some of these, excuse me, Mike Cortain, FBI Assistant Director, fired, cooperating, resigned title. Josh Campbell, fired, DOJ. National Security, HRC email investigation, fired in force as David Laufman. John Carlin, Sally Yates, fired, forced. Got a bunch of different names in here, folks, that we've gone over. Rachel Brand, Rosenstein, Bruce Orr, Mary McCord, all removed, all fired, power removed. Cross against House Senate resignations, final term announcement, plus CEO departure. Conspiracy? Is that all fake news? The swamp is being drained right in front of our eyes. Trust the plan. All right, we got some figure ones here again. FBI chain of command mid-year. James Comey fired. Jim Becky fired. James Baker, Bill Priestrap, power removed. Cooperating witness. Lisa Page fired. Peter Strzok, power removed, escorted out. Michael Steinbeck, John Glackacone, Randy Coleman, Tricia Anderson, Kevin Kleinsmith, Trishna Gaur, Sally Moyer. Nothing to see here. Logical thinking. Biggest cover-up in history. Attempted. It was attempted. FBI chain of command in the mid-year for the mid-year. Got Comey, right? Becky, right-hand man, right? Director McCabe coming in. Special counsel Lisa Page underneath McCabe. And then you had this guy, Mark Giuliano. You had Baker, Tricia, and then some attorneys over here on this side. You had Michael Steinbeck, John Glackacone, Bill Priestrap underneath for the counterintelligence division, and Randy Coleman underneath them directly reporting was lead agent Peter Strzok. And then you had some analyst and supervisor of special agent. So Judicial Watch, press room, press release. Judicial Watch FBI General Counsel talked to Hillary Clinton's lawyer about Comey's letter on the Wiener laptop and Clinton emails. February 11 of 2019. FBI General Counsel talked to Hillary Clinton's lawyer about Comey's letter on the Wiener laptop, Clinton emails. Judicial Watch announced today it received 215 pages of the records from the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ, revealing the former FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, General Counsel James Baker discussed the investigation of Clinton-related emails on Anthony Weiner's laptop with Clinton's lawyer, David Kendall. Baker then forwarded the conversation to his FBI colleagues. The documents also further describe a previously reported quid pro quo from the Obama State Department offering the FBI more legal attached positions if it would downgrade a redaction in the email found during the Hillary Clinton email investigation from classified to something else. The newly obtained emails came in response to a May 21 order in a January 2018 Freedom of Information Act lawsuit filed after the DOJ failed to respond to a December 4th, 2017 FOIA request. Judicial Watch versus Department of U.S. Justice gives you the court case number. And they were seeking all records of communications, including but not limited to emails, text messages, and instant chats between FBI official Peter Strzok and FBI attorney Lisa Page. All travel requests, travel authorizations, travel vouchers, and expense reports of Peter Strzok. All travel requests, the same thing for Lisa Page. All right, on the 28th, 2016, the day that Comey sent a letter to Congress regarding the FBI's discovery that the Wiener laptop contained Clinton emails, Hillary Clinton's personal lawyer, David Kendall, within hours, emails Baker requesting a call ASAP about the Comey letter. Baker describes his follow-up call to senior FBI officials. I received the email below from David Kendall, and I called him back. Before doing so, I alerted DOJ via email that I would do that. Redacted paragraph. He said that our letter was tantalizingly ambiguous, and made statements that were incoherent and highly ominous, such as that we had done was worse than transparency because it allows people to make whatever they want out of the letter to prejudice of Secretary Clinton. Having a hard time here, folks. Having a hard time reading. All right, want out to make out of the letter to be prejudiced against Hillary Clinton. I told him that I could not respond to his request at the time, but that I would discuss it with others and get back to him. I suggest that we have some kind of follow-up meeting or phone call with this group, either this evening or over the weekend, to address this and probably other issues and questions that come up within the next 24 hours. Sound reasonable? So Baker heads up on the Kendall call was sent to then Director James Comey, since fired, then Associate Deputy Director David Bodwich, who later replaced Andrew McCabe as Deputy Director, Michael Steinbeck, the FBI's former Executive Assistant for National Security. Then Assistant Director of Counterintelligence E.W. Priestrap, now retired. James Rybecki, former Chief of Staff to Comey. FBI Intelligence Analyst Jonathan Moffa. Former Acting Assistant Director Jason V. Herring. Michael Cortain, FBI Assistant Director for Public Affairs, now retired. Former Principal Deputy Journey Counsel Tricia Anderson. Stroke and Page. The email shows that a conference call for the above senior officials was set up for the next day by Peter Strzok, 2 days before the election. On November 6, Comey sent a second letter reporting that the FBI review of Weiner laptop material would not change his conclusion that Hillary Clinton should not be prosecuted. So this goes on and on. They pulled for the 302s, which are all the official notes taken when you file something with the FBI, right? It's going to give you a lot of the way they were thinking at that minute. All right, let's get back here to see if there's how much more. So Baker's heads up on the Kindle call was sent to, then Director James Comey since fired, then Associate Director David Bodowich, who later replaced McCabe as Deputy Director, Michael Steinbeck, the FBI's former Executive Assistant Director for National Security, then Assistant Director of Counterintelligence, E.W. Priestrap, now retired, James Rybecki, former Chief of Staff to Comey, FBI Intelligence Analyst, Jonathan Moffa, former Acting Assistant Director Jason V. Herring, Michael Cortain, FBI Assistant Director for Public Affairs, now retired, former Principal Deputy General Counsel Tricia Anderson, Stroke and Page. Does the list above look familiar? Reread drops regarding FBI mid-year OIG and review the graphics. So there it is. It's this whole same group of people. All these people have been gone, fired, removed. The whole thing was tainted from the get-go. 2693. This came at 5:44. We got a Twitter. Adam Shifty. Step 1, hype an invented threat of an invasion of terrorists, murderers, and rapists. Step 2, send troops to the border to address the imaginary threat. Step 3, justify the wall as necessary to protect troops sent to meet the non-existent threat. Step 4, executive time. I can't stand this guy. Step 1 for him would be make up lie. Step 2, lie some more. Step 3, be treasonous to one's country. Step 4, Gitmo. There you go, Schiff. That's how we do you. All right, so let's actually use facts. Step 1, hype an invented threat of POTUS working with the Russians' disinformation campaign. Step 2, send FBI, DOJ, Congress, Senate, C_A, NSA, Intel, 5I, etc. to address and investigate that imaginary threat. Step 3, justify the special counsel and millions of taxpayer dollars spent as necessary to protect the public and our election process against an imaginary, made-up, non-existent threat, which really is designed to protect the illegal activities of many elected officials. Step 4, open new, fake, false investigations as chairman of the House Intel Committee to retain disinformation campaign designed to keep liberal, Democrat Americans on board to regain power and prevent prosecution. Executive time. It's like hammer time. All right, 2693. This just came at 5:53. We just got a repost of the very last one we just read, 2693, step 1 through 4, and then executive time and adding life lessons. Adam Schiff. The next time you leak classified information, don't have your phone or allow phones of the unknown go between students present. FISA works both ways. Ooh. Yes, it does, doesn't it? FISA works both ways. Leaky Adam Schiff. Shame on you. Leaky Adam Schiff. All right, folks, that is amazing. All right, we're already at 25 minutes. I'm trying to race through. I got all fumbled up. I apologize. Make sure you're subscribed. Take a look down below in the comment section. Take a look down below in the description box. I'll make sure I leave the QAnon link pub map. You guys can get in here and get to these last few drops. You can click all the little blue links you want and read until your heart's content. I got to get ready for this live stream, which I will probably have up here at least by 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish, because I don't think it's till 9 o'clock Eastern Standard, unless it's 9 p.m. Like their time. So I'm not even sure. Got to look into it, but I know it's coming up here soon. So again, I'm Mike. This is Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide. We'll see you back here on the next Patriot Hour update video and maybe on the live stream tonight if you join us. Make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell, toggle the switch. Have a great evening.